Coach Joe, the Bossman Show. We have a great show for you this week. We have on the line with us the new coach of UAB Blazers. He's on staff the last few years there, but now he's the head man in charge now. Robert Eshawn on the Bossman Show. Coach Eshawn, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's life being the head coach now, moving over a seat now? How's it been treating you, man?
You know what? It's been awesome. It's been a really great experience, and honestly, it's been a seamless transition. Just given my familiarity with all our players and our recruits. Since I've been the head coach, we kept our whole team intact, no transfers. All our recruits that were planning to come are still here now. So it has been a dream come true, to be honest.
And how's community been treating you now since you're the head man in charge now? I can only imagine a lot of meetings, a lot of events, a lot of meet and greets, golf tournaments. How's it been going for you, Coach?
My golf game's not too good right now, to be honest. But probably not as good as it should be when you become a head coach. But no, it's been a lot. It's been busy. It's been busy with a lot of stuff. And to be honest, I'm out here right now on our soccer field because our UAB football team's having their first scrimmage, since coming back. So it's been a really exciting time here around UAB. So yeah, it's been great.
And, Coach, you got a little bit in Birmingham, man. You got I-20, I-65, 59 going there. It's a great recruiting ground, man, right there in Birmingham. It's pretty much in the middle of the whole South there.
Yeah, I mean, this is and I had a little trouble hearing you, but say that again?
No, I'm saying you got a little bit in Birmingham, Coach, with I-20 there, I-59,
yes.
I-65 coming through. You can go recruit anywhere you want to in the South because you're like in the middle of Alabama. You can get Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, without any time being spent.
Yeah, Birmingham, I really believe, is one of the best kept secrets in the South in terms of a city, and it's convenient. We've recruited a lot in Georgia and Atlanta. Have a guy now, Tosin Mahinti, who's going to be a senior, who's from there. And then especially, it's a great city. There's so much excitement and all that around here right now, or especially around our athletic department. And no, we love it here. This has been it's been really good.
You're right about that, and coaching, like I said, you guys that get the football team coming back in Birmingham now. So how's it been for you being on the athletic department, seeing the football program come back now and seeing them get out there tonight and scrimmage like you said tonight, going to have a scrimmage. So how's it been for you and your staff watching these guys grow and come back now?
You know what? It's been amazing. Given everything kind of the football program and the athletic department went through for that period of time and deciding to come back and watching these coaches and these players recruit and work. And like I said, yeah, we're out here having a scrimmage tonight. There's a ton of fans. There's thousands of people out here supporting them. It's been, I've said this a couple of days ago to a big group around here. There's no better time than right now to be at UAB and involved with UAB athletics. And yeah, it's been big time.
Yes, indeed, folks. We're doing my coach Robert Eshawn here on the Bossman Show, new coach of UAB Blazers in Birmingham there. Now, Coach, I want to ask you this. I like to get everybody's perspective on this, Coach. Who are some coaches and individuals who have the biggest impact on you professionally and personally as you lead this team going forward?
Yeah, some of the people in my career that really have had a big influence on me is Coach Gary Williams when I was at Maryland and Coach Hass, who was here before and now at Stanford. And I think I've learned so much from both of those guys and two different coaching styles, but I think I'm going to take both of them to kind of help navigate us and lead this program forward. And, we've been so successful that I really would be foolish to change a whole lot given under Coach Hass's leadership, some of the things we did. So we're going to continue again with the things that work, and we're excited about the year. We got to get better, do some things a little bit different, but I think, it's a great opportunity for our team given the talent we have coming back.
And, Coach, you're in Conference USA, a pretty deep conference for us basketball-wise. Tell me, how do you feel about your team going forward this year, going against guys like Kermit Davis, who made a run into the tournament? You got Tim Florida, UTEP, so you got some new guys coming in with Steve Hampton. So how do you feel about your conference going forward now, Coach?
You know what? I think you said it. Conference USA has historically been a really, really good conference. There are some great coaches. The top of the league is really, I think, to be honest, underrated a little bit. And when you look at the NCAA tournament, right, and last year what Middle Tennessee does to Michigan State, the year before we get in and, what we did to beat Iowa State, I think it really says a lot about some of the top-level teams in the conference. And I think this year, hopefully, hopefully in the non-conference we'll be able to make some waves that I think maybe will give our conference the respect it deserves.
And speaking of a non-conference schedule, Coach, how you see yourself going about those schedules now since you're the head man? And you want to kind of schedule you guys a little tough games? You want to get some 2-for-1s, get guys come down to Birmingham and play you guys? Or, you want to just kind of give them some confidence, get their RPI, BBPI up so if you, hey, we get an at-large big, we can get in there.
You know what? We're begging for some of the big names to come in Birmingham, man. If you can help me out, let me know. We're scheduling this year. I think, and our schedule is going to come out in the next day or so. But we put together what I think is going to be the hardest schedule that we've had here at UAB since I've been here, maybe in the last decade, non-conference. And with our team that we have coming back, I just want to give these guys, the best opportunity to go against the best, and that's what they deserve. Now, as juniors and seniors, you alluded to earlier, they've won some big games, and now it's time for, they want to be challenged in the non-conference. So we have Kansas and Texas, and we're going to release the full schedule here in the next couple of days. But we're excited about it, and it's going to be challenging for sure.
Well, Coach, luckily I talk to a lot of college coaches around the country, so I can probably help you out. I can make you have an intermediary to get these games done for you, Coach. I can do it for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, Coach, are you playing anybody over here in Georgia by any chance? Let's catch you over here in Georgia.
We were not this year. We played Georgia State at home at UAB last year. We're trying to talk to Georgia Tech about something in the future, and for us, no, because we recruit that area too. I'd love to play a game there, and it's just about a matter of finding the right team that'll do it in the right fit. So we don't on the schedule off the top of my head, but we're definitely open to it.
Well, Coach, I can tell you, Coach Skinner here at Kennesaw, Coach P at Georgia Tech, and I'm good Coach Hall at Georgia State. So if you need any help, I can talk. I see these guys pretty often around town, so I can definitely help you out there, Coach. No doubt.
I hear you. No, I appreciate that.
Now, Coach, people watch your team play this year, Coach. What style do you see yourself playing this year, and what do you want the fans to take away from watching UAB play every night this season?
Yeah, our biggest focus is we got to get better defensively. Our team is really deep. Offensively, we've been pretty good, and I expect returning. With everybody returning, we should continue that trend offensively. And I had a lot of my fingerprints on the offense, but defensively is kind of one of the things we've been really focusing on this off season to get better and just to work at that, and that's kind of some of our goals in terms of how we want to play.
And do you feel, Coach, that shortening the shot clock helps defense as well? And, kind of with the freedom of movement, does it kind of help you guys defensively with the short shot clock, kind of getting to get up there, push pressure on guys, and kind of make the shot clock even shorter for the teams that want to play slow?
And I think it does a little bit. I think it's encouraged a little more pressing to try to make some teams play with the shorter clock. I really think that. But, I think the one thing that, they were hoping with the shot clock is that the scoring was going to be, drastically increased. And I don't know that's necessarily happened. But I think, in year two with the shorter shot clock, it'll be interesting to see, how that works and how that's affected.
Now, coaches, you'll be open to maybe them moving the shot clock to 24 seconds and going to a quarter system, maybe over a half system.
I always say the NBA. I think all they do is basketball in the NBA. In college, obviously, we have the number one most important thing is academic piece. And I think I kind of always felt the NBA. It's kind of always obviously the best basketball league in the country, and I think their kind of model could be really good for us, for the college game. But it'll be interesting to see what happens as there continues to be discussion about that.
Now, final one for you, Coach. If you could share with us, what's it like being a D1 coach on a typical day? I'd love to hear from you what's been a typical day like since you've been hired. How's it been for you? Are you just coming in early, staying in late? Do you have time with your family? How's it been, man?
You know what? I have 2 kids under the age of 3, so that's the biggest challenge right now. And being able to find time in that life work balance, which is extremely important to me. But today it all kind of depends on the time of year. Today, we had a recruit in, so we had breakfast with the recruit, and then we had a football ceremony to bring back football. We had a coaches meeting. We had a weightlifting, a little bit of conditioning. I mean, we doing it all. We did it all today, actually. Now we're back out here about to watch the football team scrimmage. So again, it's just been a dream come true for me at my age to have a chance to be a head coach of such historical program and a program that is in such good shape right now.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time today, Coach. I look forward to supporting you guys. And when you play Middle Tennessee, I'll probably be at that game to see you then. If I don't see you before then, come out to Birmingham and see you. But,
For
Coach,
sure.
you're only an hour from here, so look forward to supporting you guys. If you need me for anything, Coach, feel free to give me a holler. I'd love to help you guys out, man.
Awesome. I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate you having me. Thanks a lot. I look forward to seeing you.
All right, now, folks,
Okay.
that's Coach Robert Eshon on the Bossman Show. Back in the Jared the Bossman Show, we was just joined by UAB Blazers head coach Robert Eshon on the Bossman Show. Now we're going to another new coach in a town I go to a lot, Nashville, out there on West End Boulevard, Avenue out there. Where's Boulevard, baby? I forgot, Coach. But it's Coach Bryce Drew, new coach of Vanderbilt, doing big things over there for the Commodores. Coach Drew, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, JR, and it's a beautiful day in Nashville. And I'm excited to talk to you and hopefully get you back to Nashville soon.
Oh, yes, indeed, Coach. I still have a house in Nashville, so I come pretty often.
Well, awesome. Well, you know what a great place it is and how much it's growing. And I'm sure every time you come back, it gets a little bit better.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, you was in Valpo for a while, man. Played high school basketball there, played there in college, played in the NBA, and over in Spain for a year, came back to Valpo to be the coach, man. What was about Vanderbilt to make you leave Valpo to say, hey, this is a great opportunity to go coach in the SEC, come to Vanderbilt? So what about it that Coach David Williams and the administration of Vanderbilt sold you on coming to Nashville and leading the Commodores?
You know, a lot of similarities, you know, with Valpo and Vanderbilt as far as being private institutions. You know, we have to be high academic to get in. You know, obviously big difference with Vanderbilt being in the SEC, and you know, felt very comfortable, you know, with being at Vanderbilt with the academic, you know, requirements and you know the type of character kids, you know, that the school would want us to bring in.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, now for the people who might not realize it, I know we have here in Atlanta with Georgia Tech as well, another high academic school. What are the requirements academically to get guys in there that are different from maybe a Georgia, a Tennessee, or Kentucky?
You know, we can definitely, you know, work with kids to make it work, and our school has done a great job. You know, in the recent history, we've done statistics on our student athletes, and you know, our graduation rates, the success of our student athletes has been phenomenal, which is a great credit to the coaches who have been here and to the administration and how they all work together. And so, you know, if a student athlete is working very hard in the classroom, is very focused, we can do a lot more to hopefully help them get into Vanderbilt and be successful here.
Folks, we have Coach Bryce Drew here on the Bossman Show, the Vanderbilt Commodores' new head coach. Now, Coach, since moving to Nashville, what's been the thing that's really impressed you the most about the city of Nashville? You talked about the growth of Nashville, the West End area. What about Nashville's really made you and your family feel at home since you've been here the past few months?
Yeah, you know, there's so many great areas. You know, you kind of look and you see a couple good ones, and the more you drive around, you're like, wow, this is a nice area. I didn't know this was here. New construction going up, almost by the month. Seems like new homes or townhomes are popping up. And so, you know, it's a great time to be here. with the boom that's going on here, with the building, with the people coming in. And, we feel blessed to have this opportunity to be part of this whole growth of the city of Nashville.
Now, recruiting-wise, Coach, I would say this. Nashville's probably the best SEC city for it to be the biggest city, the most to do. So that's an advantage for you already having to sell Nashville to a kid to come to a big city. It's big, but not too big. But you're a lot to do. You're not bored, and your campus is in a great part of town.
Well, JR, if you were back in high school right now, we were recruiting you to come to Vanderbilt, I could guarantee you we'd show you a really, really good official visit here. There's so many great restaurants, so many just nice places, to hang around and have a coffee and talk. It's just a really, really friendly, neat city that also happens to have a lot.
Hey, Coach, still there, Coach?
I got you there now. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, Coach. We lost there for a second. I heard you said Nashville's got great restaurants and good spots to get some coffee. If you could pick up right there, Coach, that'd be great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I lost you. And it's just a friendly, very nice place to be that also just happens to have a lot of different things to do.
You're right about that, Coach. And you know what? You have a lot of great teams to play right in your backyard with Belmont, Tennessee State, MTSU, right at your back door, even Austin Peay and Lipscomb. So if you want to play non-conference games, Coach, you got a lot of guys you can call up right there, right within a 10-mile radius to call to play.
Yeah, we don't like that. There's too many good teams in this area. No, but it's a great credit. But unfortunately, we are playing some of those teams this year on the road. And as you mentioned they're really, really good teams, and we're gonna have to be at our best, on those nights. But hopefully that'll build the buzz for basketball. We got the Titans here, we got the Predators here, which are pro franchises. And, we don't have an NBA team, which, I think all the basketball programs here are ecstatic, that hopefully we can kind of take the front, with the basketball in the city of Nashville.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, I want to ask you this question. I like to ask a lot of guys who come on the show, athletes and players and coaches about this. Who has had the biggest impact on your career personally and professionally that has helped shape you to be the guy you are today?
My dad has had a huge impact. I was blessed to be able to play for him for 4 years, and I came back to coach with him for 6 years. And I've got to see him as, a father at home, as a coach for myself, as a coach for others. And, one of the big things I learned through it all is that everybody's the same. Whether I'm his son at home and he's going through with me something, is the same way I saw him coach his team, and the players on the team, and the same way he handled his staff. And so, part of my coaching philosophy, again, our staff, our players, we're all family. And, what I'm going to do for my son is what I'm going to do for our players.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, that's got to be a very key point right there, is that building like a family. And being a new head coach at the Vanderbilt, rather, how did you go about building that bond with your players that you kept there, and the guys who have coming in and want to build that bond, all you guys together, which you've been a new voice in town now?
I think, it has to be a two-way street. Both parties concerned, have to be, willing to adapt and willing to, learn about the other person, because it is, starting over, building a relationship for them, as well as the coaches. And, I can tell you the players here at Vanderbilt are extremely high character, hard-working kids that have been extremely enjoyable to be around. And it'll be a process. You can't build trust overnight. I think you can build trust, in trust. So hopefully every day, we're investing in them, and they're starting to see, how much we care about them and we want them to be successful, and hopefully that trust will come out.
Folks, we got Bradshaw on the line with us here on the Bossman Show. And, Coach, I kind of alluded to a little bit of non-conference scheduling. How do you foresee yourself going about it now? Because I know probably the next schedule is probably already made for you. So going forward, do you want to schedule tough games in Memorial Gym, or do you want to go on the road a little bit? Or you want to get your guys ready for SEC play? So how do you see yourself going about making those non-conference games going forward?
Yeah, definitely a difficult non-conference schedule. And, a lot of this schedule was already made out before I retired. So, what we try to do is we try to get teams that'll, prepare us for our conference play, and yet will hopefully put us in a high RPI range to give us a chance for that at-large bid. And so, I think we have a very demanding schedule this year with a lot of high RPI teams. And in the future, we'll try to get the best teams possible to come into Memorial and play us. And then, also I think try to put some styles that'll help prepare us for our league.
Now, Coach, if you envision yourself how to coach at Memorial Gym with how to set up with the baseline benches, is that something going to be new for you? Have you coached that before previously? So how are you kind of getting your practice in your mind how to coach your guys when they're down on the far end of the court away from you?
Well, we had a staff meeting this morning, and we were talking about putting you, JR, about half court there. I can give you some signals, and then you can relay to the other end. So I don't know if that's an option or not, but if it is, we'll look at that.
I'll be glad to help, Coach. I'll be glad to help you.
It'll be a lot different. And, the good thing is a lot of our offense is free-flowing, and so hopefully our guys will, really be able to free flow into some things, and hopefully they'll gain some confidence. I think as a player, you probably love it because you don't hear the coach yelling at you at least for half of the game. So some for the players, they're going to love that.
Now, Coach, are there some rules you want to see maybe the committee tweak? Because I'm real big on the international rules, the 24-second shot clock, the reset of the shot clock at 14, the three-point line, the quarter system, advancing the ball, that's to miss the game. I think those would be great for college basketball, make these games a little bit more exciting at the end of the game. How do you feel about all that, Coach?
I mean, the game is changing. Again, I don't think the game can stay the change, through the decades. Obviously, the game changes. The attention span changes for the viewer and for the fan. And so, I like the rule changes that have been made. I would hate, I think, to get the college game exactly like the NBA, but I think there's a lot of really good things in the NBA that we've already adopted. Some other things we could probably adopt in the future to make the game even better.
And final one for you, Coach, is this: I'd like to get your outlook on this. Since you've been the head coach at Vanderbilt, what's been like a typical day for you since you've been the coach for? Is it a lot of meetings, a lot of events? How's it been for you since you've been the head coach? What's a day like for you typically on a given day?
I've been able to get out in the community a lot, and our staff and myself have really enjoyed meeting the people of Nashville and the Vanderbilt fans and our season ticket holders. And, we can feel the love and the passion for basketball here. And, I think it's even motivated our staff to, not that we were going to work hard, but even to work harder, because, so many people are really excited about Vanderbilt basketball.
Now, Coach, I'd like to ask you, Coach, have you ever tried Jack's Barbecue yet by any chance?
I have not hit Jack's yet. There's so many good spots, but that's definitely on the list to hit at some point. So I take it that's one of your spots.
Coach, it is. And see, I live near where a location is right off the exit from my home, which is just Trinity Lane, right off I-65 head north. So I have one right there about 2 miles from my home. So I love a Jack's Barbecue, the shoulder plate, greens, macaroni and cheese, and a chocolate pie.
I'm starving right now, too. Woo! That sounded really, really good right now. So I don't know if I can convince my wife to go there tonight, but it might be worth a try when we're done here.
Hey, it's one on Broadway, one on Charlotte. You can't miss it, Coach.
That sounds good.
Well, Coach, it's been a pleasure having the show, Coach. Like I said, I'll be in town this week. I'll be in town till Sunday. Hopefully we can catch up while I'm in town. So I look forward. I love to go and meet my guests on the show. I love that about the show. Get to meet the guests I talk to on the show. It's always a great experience for me, Coach.
Well, come on down. We look forward, or come on up, I should say. We'll look forward to seeing you, and hopefully we're gonna make you a true Commodore fan in and out.
Yes, indeed, Coach. Anchor down. Y'all have already got the lingo. Anchor down.
Anchor down. Talk to you later. Thank you.
All right, folks. That was Bryce Drill on the Bossman Show. Coming next, Terry McCormick from TitesInsider.com. Up next after the break. back in the Gerald the Bossman Show. Have a great guest for you on the line. TitanInsider.com, a cool guy. I trip with him all the time at Titans games. The one and only Terry McCormick here on the Bossman Show. Terry, how things in Nashville, man?
Oh, doing well. Things are nice up here compared to, I guess, the storms you guys been having down that way.
Exactly. Hey, it's summertime, late summertime heat in Atlanta. It doesn't surprise me one bit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Now, we have a storm coming up with the Titans real soon. It's the cut down days this weekend. And who are some guys in your mind, Terry, we need to kind of look out for? There's kind of bigger names and that may get cut that we might not expect to get cut at the beginning of training camp so far.
Well, I think the first one that probably comes to mind to a lot of people is Justin Hunter. You know, he's really on the roster bubble. You know, one of the things that works against him is he's really not a guy that plays much on special teams, and he is a guy that, is not a starter right now. He's a second teamer. So when you're not a starter and you're not helping out on special teams and you're not consistent, as Mike Mularkey has said about him, then, there are issues there. So he may not make this roster. And then another guy is Bishop Sankey, former second round pick. He's a guy that, certainly is buried on the depth chart, and he's not a real big contributor on special teams, not like Antonio Andrews is. So he's another guy that may be playing for his life.
Now, Terry, with Justin Hunter, if the Titans do release him, which I honestly think he's going to get cut as well, does he get another team to pick him up? Because I feel like he's 6'4", he's still young and raw. Do you give up on him just yet?
Well, that's the big question. I wouldn't have thought they would have given up on Dorial Green Beckham as quickly as they did, but they certainly moved on from that because he was having consistency problems and wasn't a real big special teams guy and wasn't a starter either. So that to me told me that Justin Hunter might be in a lot of trouble because Dorial Green Beckham was, more recent of a addition to the Titans than Hunter was. Hunter's had this his fourth year. Green Beckham was just going into his second season. So, when you look at it that way, it certainly does look like that Justin Hunter is going to have to show them something in this preseason finale to sway them to keep him.
Now, with Antonio Andrews, Terry, I feel like you have Dexter McCluster, who's a return guy, slot guy, but do you really want to keep Andrews and Fowler? I looked on your site and saw your projection. I feel like Justin Fowler is kind of taking a roster spot with somebody else because I feel like they won't be using a fullback much anyway.
Well, they're going to run the ball a lot more than they have the last couple of years, and Fowler being the one true fullback on the roster, I think, is a guy that he may not play a whole lot of snaps, but he may play more than you think, and he may get a few more now that Craig Stevens suddenly retired, and they may be a little bit hesitant to go with those 3 tight end packages, and they have to go with more 2 running back packages. So when you look at it that way, Fowler's spot does seem pretty secure, even though he may not play more than 10 or 12 snaps a game.
Folks, we got Terry McCormick here on the Bossman Show from TitanInsider.com. Check his work out there at TitanInsider.com. And also, Terry, I was looking at the wide receiver position on the Titans as well. We talked about Justin Hunter, but I feel like Andre Johnson's role with the Titans is more of a veteran role because I feel like Harry Douglas is going to be pretty much playing for Kendall Wright, so his hamstring gets healthy. But I feel like Kendall's hamstring is going to be a problem all year long with Sharp and Matthews are steady starters. So how do you feel about the Titans wide receivers going forward with Forrest Marcus and where we can go with Andre and Harry being a little bit older?
Yeah, I think when you look at Andre Johnson and Harry Douglas, you're looking at 2 veteran guys who are going to have to be role players on the team. And like you mentioned, Harry Douglas will be the primary slot guy until they decide to, that Kendall Wright is healthy enough to go and to play in that slot role. But until that happens, I think, Harry Douglas is going to get some snaps. Andre Johnson is probably, a guy that's going to get a few reps here and there, and he'll be in certain packages, but I don't think he's going to be an every down receiver like he has been in the past.
Now, Terry, on game day, do you feel like he'll keep all 5 receivers active with Kendall Wright being healthy or somebody being active?
I think it'll depend a lot. There's always the risk that one guy would be inactive because you got to have special teams considerations and things like that. So Douglas could play as the punt returner if needed, but that's about his only role on special teams. Andre Johnson doesn't play any on special teams, and they want to keep Tajay Sharp and Richard Matthews off of special teams, and Kendall Wright doesn't play special teams. So it's an interesting situation there where there may be a healthy scratch at wide receiver on certain Sundays among that group because of the needs on special teams.
Now, do you feel that Trey McBride will get to the practice squad, or is he probably going to be gone altogether? Somebody's going to pick him up on another team?
Well, Trey's a guy that's been, improving this year, but, he's still not consistent enough on his, kick returns and things like that. And that's his avenue to make this roster. And I think when you talk about Trey McBride, I think that's a guy that probably can get to the practice squad. And he's a guy that, at some point this year might be called back up to the active roster. There's still a chance that they would keep a 6 wide receiver. And if they do, then I think, they probably, would keep Trey McBride and make him the returner, and he would be active on Sundays, and somebody else right now, probably Kendall Wright, because he's hurt, would be inactive.
Now, with the retirement of Craig Stevens, Terry, is Philip Supernaw pretty much guaranteed a roster spot now, or is some competition behind him that may jump over him and get him off the roster?
I think he's probably safe. There's always the chance that they would make a waiver claim once final cuts are come because they'd have the number 1 position there. But I think right now he's pretty well safe. He was on this roster last year. He's a good special teams player, even though he did have a few too many penalties. But I think he's a guy that probably is going to make this roster as a third tight end behind Delaney Walker and Anthony Fasano.
Now, we haven't seen too much from the Titans secondary. We talked about it the Carolina game against San Diego, how the back end looks very bad right now. Bleedy Ray Wilson was cut this week on the first round of cuts. That secondary still looks porous, if you ask me, even with Parrish Cox and McCourty out there, because the safeties, I just don't trust them. And Huff's out week 1. So what are the Titans going to do defensively and on the back end to maybe fortify it or hope some guys that get cut from good rosters can help them out? What are you hearing on that end, Terry?
Well, it's interesting because they've got some veteran guys, that have struggled. Antoine Blake is at the top of that list, and also B.W. Webb and Bryce McCain, even to a certain extent. Those guys have kind of struggled. But some of these younger guys, like Kalen Reed, who is Mr. Irrelevant, Cody Riggs, a second-year guy, is a guy that is, was on this team last year, and I think he's a guy that has some possibilities. And then you're talking about also LaShawn Sims, a 5th-round pick. Some of these young guys, have really looked pretty good for the Titans in camp at times. So I think when you weigh that, it's a matter of do they want to go with the guys who know the system and know it well, or they want to go with the younger, more athletic guys who may be more prone to mistakes, but also might be able to, be faster on the ball and make a play here or there.
Now, will we see, because the secondary may be a little shaky, you think Dick LeBeau will actually blitz more to put more pressure on the quarterback to kind of hide the back end, or he play more zone, you think, to kind of cover up their deficiencies out there covering guys?
Yeah, I can see him, throwing more blitzes out there and trying to cover up some of those weaknesses. One of the things that they've talked about in the past with the Dick LeBeau defense is that sometimes you don't always need the dynamic cover corners. You don't need a Darrelle Revis, or you don't need a Richard Sherman type of guy. You just need guys who know the system and can get in position and make a play. So that being said, guess what? The Titans don't have a Richard Sherman or a Darrelle Revis, so they're going to have to go that route and hope that it works.
Exactly. And you know what? Do you feel like that the hiring of John Robinson, Terry, is probably the best move that the Titans have made in a long time for us, getting a new vibe around the Titans and Nissan Stadium and St. Thomas Sports Park? Because I feel like since I've been around, seeing him being in charge, it's a different vibe over there now.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think, John Robinson has already put his stamp on this team, not only with the players that he's brought in, but with some of the players that he's already let go of. You think of it. They've already let go of 4 guys from last year's draft class. 4 guys from the 2015 draft class have already been shown the door, one with a trade, Beckham, and 3 other guys who were cut this week. So you're talking about a guy who is, quickly changing the culture and changing the way things are done. And if guys don't measure up either with attitude or with their skill level, then they're out the door.
And finally, Terry, is this one. I saw that Amy Adams Strunk has bought a place in Bellevue now. So do you feel like her buying a place in Nashville, being more present in Nashville, will put to rest some of the noise for Titans being sold eventually or being on the market per se?
Well, I think she's, doing her best to dispel and debunk all the talk that the team is being sold. And I think the fact that, she is, trying to show, by being around more, by having a house here in the Nashville area, I think she's trying to show that she's involved and wants to keep her family involved in the way that this franchise is operated on a day-to-day basis. And I think that probably, puts some fans' minds at ease here. And I think, when you see the move she's made with the hirings of John Robinson and, the upgrading of the locker room and things like that, I think she's won some people over who were very skeptical at first, including myself.
I hear that with Terry. It's always a pleasure having you on the show, buddy. And I'll see you real soon, man. I always enjoy our time together in the press box, man.
All right. Thanks, JR.
All right, folks. Terry McCormick on the Bossman Show. Coming up next is the Boss Report after the break.
Mike Wilmer.
Blue Nova Beats, boy.
For you today, Robert Eshawn, UAB Blazers, Vanderbilt Commodores, Bryce Drew, and we got Terry McCormick, TitanInsider.com. Now, per your request, and I let him know that you wanted him back for the Boss Report. We got to make this more of a habit, obviously. The people want him back. He's here. Mugshots Mayor, J.C. Smith. What's good, bro?
Ooh, ooh. We in here, baby. What's going on, boss?
No much, bro. Hey, bro, you are the People's Choice Boss Report, man, obviously. People are emailing on you, so they want you back, because you do it the best to everybody they know. So, look, we got you here, bro, for the Boss Report.
Hey, man, I'm the people's champ. We got to give the people what they want, man.
No doubt. For real, though. Folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's Boss Report. All right, first story, bro. Right out the gate. Ohio man arrested after being caught acting like a gorilla, growling and punching the cement while masturbating on the sidewalk, screaming, "Wiggy, wiggy, 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 wiggy."
Hey, man, this story is hilarious and frightening at the same time, man. Hey, man, I'm telling y'all, man, you heard it here first. The zombie apocalypse is upon us, man. All right, check it. Okay, Agent Zero was that dude down in Florida, all right, who was in the restaurant, walked out mad, and then killed two people, was eating the face off of one of the folks they killed. That was Agent Zero, man. I'm telling y'all, it's about to be a zombie apocalypse. It's about to be a real live Walking Dead going on, man. Y'all need to stop doing these drugs, man. All right, y'all don't know what they laced with. You don't know what folks to put in them. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, it's about to be an epidemic. Hey, boss, hey, man, you better protect your neck, man. They coming for you, bro. They out there,
doubt. Bruh, look at his layer. He acting like a gorilla. He's growling, punching the cement, masturbating, and screaming future song, "Wicked, wicked, wicked." That's 5 layers to one story.
That's 5 layers. That's like a 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell, man. That's a lot. that's a lot of layers going on with that story, man. And you said what state was this in?
Ohio.
In Ohio? Oh, I didn't know it's wild out like there in Ohio, man. Normally, Midwest, people got a lot of sense up there, man. Midwest, yeah. It's not like Florida or nothing like that. But, man, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all need to leave these drugs alone. You don't know what folks putting in them. They about to turn the whole nation into some face-eating zombies pretty soon, man. I'm telling you.
Well, here we go. Florida man sent to solitary confinement after being busted, get this, eating meth-laced drawings in the jailhouse.
Wait a minute. Say what? Go back. Run that. It's always one story you got to run back for. Run that one back, right?
Florida man sent to solitary confinement after being busted eating meth-laced drawings in the jailhouse.
Okay, so we got Florida. That's always the main ingredient for Boston sports stories. We got Florida, and he's in solitary confinement, right?
Yeah, he was sent to.
He was sent to solitary confinement. Man, folks, you can lose your mind in solitary confinement. I've never been locked up. I can just imagine, man, you in there by yourself for like 24 hours. You could probably do some strange things, during that time, man. He said it was laced with meth, right?
He was eating meth-laced drawings in the jailhouse. Now, how was drawings in the jailhouse laced with meth? That's my question.
Hey, man, they get creative when they try to find ways to get drug paraphernalia up in the jails, man. They got a ton of different ways to get it up in there, man. But I would probably do some bugged out stuff too if I was, in solitary confinement, man. So I can kind of understand it. It's still a crazy ass story, but I'm gonna give him a pass on that one, man. 'Cause he in there all day, every day, man. You do some crazy stuff.
Now, this happened in Memphis. Tennessee man arrested after attacking co-worker with a wrench over a parking spot.
Whoa, this happened in my hood?
Yes,
in
right in your
back
backyard.
in the woods? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, man, those parking spots are serious, man. Like, where I work at, man, like, folks be coming to blows if you park in their spot. Like, it's not a game here in Memphis, man. You go catch a fade if you park in somebody's spot here, especially in Memphis, man. So, we got attacked with a wrench, man. Hey, don't park in folks' spot. It's two things you don't do at a job. You don't park in somebody's spot if it's already designated for them, and you don't eat their food in the break room. That's a big thing people don't talk about. Folks eating other folks' food in the break room, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody did that to me one time, man. They ate my Subway sandwich, bro. But you know what I'm going to do? Next time, I'm gonna get my sandwich. I'm going to pee on my sandwich. And so when they eat my food, man, all right, they going to learn less. They going to learn less that day, man. All right, you going to eat a pissy sandwich if you steal my food again, right?
Exactly. And you know what? I feel you, because we had a story last November where in Florida, a man loves eating. He beat the dude up with a chair. He had hidden camera in the break room and beat him down with a chair.
Yeah, man. You know how much a footlong costs, man? A Subway meal, the chips, the sandwich.
$8.
It's like $8. And Subway nasty anyway. You don't really want to eat there, but it's the only thing close to your job. You know what I'm saying? You got a 30-minute lunch break. You gonna catch a beat down, man. You gonna get beat with chairs, wrenches, all kind of things if you eat folks' food and park in a parking spot. That's just the way it is, right?
Yes, indeed. And also, the Florida man arrested after threatening to kill a woman with a penny, a spider, and Mentos.
Damn, it's MacGyver, ain't it? It's the MacGyver of murderers right here. Wow. All right, penny, a spider, and some Mentos. Only thing sound dangerous in that equation is a spider. What kind of spider was it?
Brown recluse.
You don't need the penny and Mentos. You just attack it with the brown recluse. What the penny and Mentos gonna do? What you gonna freshen their breath after they die?
And get this, it was a mutant brown recluse too. It been souped up on steroids.
Oh, so this nigga got Spider-Man. He got Spider-Man. he got the spider bit Spider-Man. Oh, you didn't tell me all that about it.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
tell me he had Spidey, man.
Only Florida man can come up get a steroid laced spider. Only in Florida.
Yeah, man. Like that's a new Spider-Man movie right there. Spider-Man Homecoming. That's the premise for it right there.
And you alluded to this place in the previous story. Utah Subway sandwich artist arrested after spiking police artist drink laced with meth, piss, Clorox, and flour.
I actually heard about this story, boss. When it happened there, man, I gotta say this, man. Like, for the most part, police officers are cool, man. I think the majority of the police officers are cool. They're doing their job. They're trying to protect folks. But yeah, you got your handful of officers that are just garbage. They're no business. They're racist. They're not there to protect the people. You know what I'm saying? You got your few. But even with that being said, that's just something you don't do, man. You know what I'm talking about? You don't put other folks' lives in jeopardy like that. You know what I'm saying? If you making a sandwich and you spiking it with meth and all that, knowing that it's a police officer, of course, so if he starts to feel funny, it's going to come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you risk your job and risk your freedom? You going to jail, sir, for a very long time, especially with being an officer. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta stop doing that, man. Just like, if you don't like somebody, if you don't like a cop, cool, but don't take the law in your own hands and feel like that you issuing out street justice, to maybe a cop who didn't even deserve it. Maybe he's a good cop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all ain't chill with that, man.
No doubt. And Florida woman arrested after punting boyfriend in the face after refusing to pleasure her box and other, quote, natural accessories.
Okay, so dude got punched in the face, or like you say punted, like kicked in the face?
Punted in the face, yeah, punted.
Like she dropped back and kicked him in the face.
Yes. Refused to
wow.
pleasure her box and other, quote, natural accessories. I can only imagine what they mean by that.
The groceries, okay. Yeah, hey man, I told you, man. Hey, we've had this conversation on previous Boss Report. I don't mind if the streets are clean. You know what I'm saying? And I'll even do some groceries as well. I'll eat some groceries as well if it's clean now. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a clean store, clean grocery store. Whole Foods. It has to be Whole Foods, boss. All right.
Okay.
I will do the Whole Foods if everything's clean and in order there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that, man. But I've been hearing stories. These girls are going wild if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing down there. Like, there's been some real physical stuff going on, man. And I don't think it's being reported on. The news needs to talk about these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine seeing that on Eyewitness News. Dude gets beat the hell up for not pleasuring, not eating this girl's box. Leave story at 10 o'clock. Like, they need to talk about these things so we can be more aware of what's going on.
That's why we have the Boss Report to do all that stuff for us. See,
there you go.
Boss Report reports on street justice, and people don't hear about it every day. And so since we're here for to report the news of the wild that people don't hear about every day.
The real news that you need to know, right here on Boss Report.
Yeah. And here we go. Going back to the Midwest. We're talking about this for the show, too. Indiana man arrested after jumping on top of roofs to catch Pokemon in the wee hours of the morning.
Why every week is a new Pokemon story, bro? I swear. When will this thing die? You would think, like, all right, the summer, still got a few more weeks to go. Summer's coming to an end. Like, at some point, this whole Pokemon phase has to die out, right? Until the next thing comes around, man. But people are going to get seriously hurt, man. I haven't heard any more Pokemon-related stories of folks getting beat up, shot, or killed, anything like that. But I promise you, I'm just waiting on the next person to run in my yard, man. Like, I'm literally waiting for that day to happen so I can knock somebody's block off, man. Y'all need to stop doing that. If you 24 years old, I say 21 and older, you playing Pokemon, kill yourself tonight. go play in traffic on the interstate and die. You have to die. What are you doing? You're 21. You playing Pokemon all day. You gotta die tonight, bro. I'm sorry.
Now, what if I told you that I actually have 16 stories on Pokemon this week, but I only used 2 for the report this week?
That's crazy. I believe you. And you know what? I want to raise the age limit because, 21 still kind of young. I'm going to say if you're 25 and older, you playing Pokemon, you need to be kicked in the nuts immediately. Right now.
I agree. Now, this is some adult behavior right here. Florida Post woman arrested after being caught getting her cake smashed to smithereens in her mail truck parked behind school dumpster.
Now say what now?
Yeah. Florida Post woman arrested after being caught getting her cake smashed to smithereens in her mail truck parked behind the school dumpster.
Okay, so we got Florida, okay. So we got Postal, so Florida, Postal. All right, that goes together, crazy, okay. Now, what was she doing in the truck, boss? Say that again.
She was getting her cakes smashed to smithereens. She was getting blasted by her side dude behind the school dumpster. The mail woman was.
Oh, okay. All right, well, all right. Like I can relate. Being the side nigga, okay. Being the side dude there, okay. Yeah, okay then. So, yeah, hey, man, you gotta get in whenever you can, I guess. You know what I'm saying? She busy. She was busy. She was doing her job, and she had a little break. Dude came through and they just had to get in where they could, man. I had no problem with the story at all, boss.
Oh, try this one. Georgia man arrested after beating up Waffle House worker because he found her nails in his waffle.
Hey, something we can relate to, man. We talked about how the Waffle House in Georgia is clean as the Board of Health. They take pride in the Waffle House in Georgia. Not so much in the one in Nashville we went to that one time. All right, now I can see that took place at the one we went to in Nashville, and dude found a nail in his food. I can see that, but Georgia, I'm disappointed, man. Like every Waffle House in Georgia is on point, man. They sponsored by Under Armour. They got Under Armour Waffle House employee shirts and everything. The cooks got Under Armour shoes and cleats. Like these guys are on point, man. But yeah, so for that to happen, man, somebody had to drop the ball, man. So you deserve to get beat down, man. And if you're at Waffle House, you got some nails in your food, man. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at this person, man. I hope they ain't hurt them too bad. Maybe a little slap here and there, pull their hair or something like that. But yeah, it has to be a stern talking to if you get some nails in your food there at the Waffle House in Georgia, man.
Now, University of Florida student arrested and expelled from school after peeing in the middle of class due to quote, "I didn't want to use the nasty ass bathroom, so I peed in class."
Wow, okay. Yeah, okay, so with this one, if I had to decipher and break it down, all right, when you gotta go, man, You know what I'm saying? So he just stood up, whipped it out in the class and peed on the floor?
Yes, he was using nasty ass bathrooms, yes.
Now, I wouldn't have been that bold, you know what I'm saying? If the bathroom is that serious, man, I just gotta just whip my pants or something, man. I ain't just about to whip it out in class and then you exposing yourself, girls see what your junk look like, you know what I'm saying? And then people think you're crazy. There's all kind of issues that result from that. But if you just piss in your pants, and especially if you got on like dark colored pants or something where nobody can see it, you just go home and change, man. But ain't no way. It's not a bathroom that nasty where I couldn't go in and just pee. We ain't talking about taking a number 2. We talking about piss. You can close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? You make sure you don't touch nothing. Yeah, hold your breath. You know what I'm saying? And you get up out of there, man. It's like if you go to a stadium or something like that and the bathroom is horrible. You just do what you gotta do. But you never, that's man law. You never do a number 2 in those type of conditions, man. You just can't.
Nah, take the L.
Oh yeah, man. You just can't. You just can't in this situation, man.
No doubt. Wisconsin woman arrested after servicing her prostitution clients in a chicken coop.
All right, this is Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So she's a lady of the evening, but she's performing services in a chicken coop.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, hey, she's very industrious, man. You know, she maybe doesn't have a hotel or a car or anything like that, so she's taken to the next best place she can think of, which would be the chicken coop, man. You know, I ain't mad at the other man. Now if you know what? In my younger days, I probably would have gone on the chicken coop with her, man. Think about telling that story, man. Telling, hey, man, guess what I did the other weekend? What you do, bro? Man, I got some head. For real? From who? Man, you know, girl on the corner. Yeah. Man, she took me to a chicken coop, bro. Think how crazy that story would be you telling somebody, man.
Exactly. You're right. You're crazy, but I don't have to go to chicken coop, though. That might throw me off right there.
Man, you know you be going up in there, man. With chicken feathers and everything flying around, man.
Well, Florida man's arrested after assaulting his Crystal manager with frozen patties and hot chili.
Bruh, do you know, before I got off work tonight, before you called, I went to Crystal's, man. I got the 5 for 5. You know what I'm saying? And normally Crystal's be on point, man, but they were slow with my food tonight, and then it really wasn't that good, bro. You can tell it was kind of old, man. It wasn't fresh like it normally is, man. So I could see somebody going off up in Crystal's, man, you know, with the little patties and everything, dog. You know, and so I get it. It's very possible. You know, your manager get on your nerves, say the wrong thing. You're going to find the first thing you can pick up. And in Crystal, it's going to be a frozen patty. I swear to God, that's how mine tasted tonight, like it was frozen.
No doubt. Right about that. And here you go. Massachusetts Pokemon Go players arrested after trashing Revolutionary War Fort Phoenix to catch Pokemon and get their freak on and sing choir songs.
Oh, them folks was high. They was something else, man. To do all that now. They had some other things going on, bro. Yeah, they ain't all about Pokemon. It was some other things in their system. To do all that, man. For real. I just wish Pokemon would die. I hate everything revolving around Pokemon. I hate the cartoons. I hate Pikachu. I hate anything with the word Poke in it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about Pokemon right now.
I hear you. And then Massachusetts women are arrested after jacking a nun at gunpoint, stealing her habit and her rosary beads, and spraying car oil on top of them.
Damn, why people treat nuns like this? It was a story here in Mississippi where 2 nuns were stabbed. Stabbed to death here, man. So, man, what is going on? You know we live in a scary world, man, where people are that bold to attack nuns. Like, so you don't want to get in heaven at all, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all do bad things, but like, you know, like your ticket to hell is like stamped. You know what I'm saying? First class, first delivery, special delivery. Going straight to hell when you
first train down.
First class, first train down. You know what I'm saying? When your time to go. You know, like you got an express pass down the hill if you stabbing nuns or attacking nuns and robbing them. Like, what is wrong with people, man?
Exactly. What's wrong with this guy, man? Florida man arrested by the Coast Guard after attempting to travel to Bermuda a third time in an inflatable hamster wheel. And he also says he'll kill himself if the Coast Guard stops him from running into Bermuda again in his giant hamster wheel.
Hell, let him go. They say folks disappear anyway. In the Bermuda Triangle, it's the third time. First of all, that's a waste of Coast Guard time, resources, money. Let that fool go. You know
how much it costs to save him every time?
Right.
$155,000. How much it costs to save him?
Yeah, all that man hours and money they put into that. Let that fool go. He gonna disappear and never be heard from again. You know what I'm saying? one less thing to worry about. What y'all have been saving him for? It's obvious. It's his third time. He want to die.
Exactly. He's stupid. He deserves to go out there and kill himself. He needs to. Like,
for real, man. Like, what's the next thing? He's playing Pokemon. He's trying to find Pikachu out there in the Bermuda Triangle.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This bad trend is back. Georgia woman arrested for leaving her kids in the hot car to service her homie loving friend Electronic Express.
All right. Hey, what now?
Georgia woman arrested, leaving her kids in the hot car to go service her homie loving friend at Electronic Express.
Damn. All right, man. That's serious right there, people. Y'all know, if you got little babies, and if you got little children, and they can't turn on the AC, you know what I'm saying, and they sit in the car, and they strapped up, seatbelt on, and summertime, and you think because you got the window cracked, the window open, that that's going to save them? No, you need your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? This happens too much, man. You hear about the stories of little kids dying in the car. Like, what is wrong with you parents, man? Do you say she was serving up fellatio?
Yes, Electronic Express, yes.
Electronic Express. Man, I hope she got a big screen, a flat screen or something out of that, man.
Exactly.
I hope she getting some type of discount leaving your babies in the car like that. For real.
And final story for you, bro, is this. Florida woman arrested leaving baby in the hot car she was babysitting while she eats Chipotle with her side dude.
Man, is Chipotle still popping? I remember like a couple years ago, like that was like the end thing. Everybody had to go to Chipotle.
Never been, bro. I don't know. Never been, bro.
I think Chipotle's overrated, man. I really do. I've been a couple times, man. I'm not a big fan of it, man. But this is another story where somebody left their baby in the car?
Yes. This baby was babysitting. What even her baby? Somebody was babysitting.
No. The baby in the car, she's supposed to be babysitting.
Yeah.
And she in
Chipotle.
Chipotle. Ain't that about something, man? So you getting paid, and you can't even bring the baby in Chipotle? What, you think the baby gonna switch on you or something?
Exactly.
Come on, man. Yeah, but what state was this in?
Florida.
Yep. Should've known, man. Like, can we de-annex from Florida? Can we just break off and just let Florida just let them be?
And leave them be to themselves, do their own thing.
Yeah, let them just do whatever they gonna do down there in Florida, man. And let's just separate. You know what I'm saying? At this point, man.
So, bro, what's your take on today's report, man? What you just heard today, man?
Dude, this is a crazy ass world that we live in, man. Like, some of these stories, fam, like, it's common sense, but it makes sense that everything, all the majority of these stories happen in Florida, man. But I was surprised to hear about Wisconsin and Ohio. That did shock me, man, because a lot of people, they smart people up there got sense, man. But I guess it's fools everywhere. Yeah, I guess it's the best way to sum it up. Fools are born every day here in this country.
Exactly. So, bro, what you got going? People know about, bro. Tell us what you got going on with Mud Shots and Football Fridays, man. What you know good, bro?
Man, speaking of Football Fridays, of course, we got the big NFL karaoke kickoff party going on in Mud Shots this Friday, man. If you're in the city of Memphis this weekend, man, come check us out, Mud Shots, 8014 Club Center Drive. If you need any more details, information, man, holler at your boy on Facebook. You can find me at Jonathan C. Smith on Facebook. Get me on Twitter at JCSmith926. Man, I'm all over the map, man, all over the place, man. Check in on me. Let me know if you're going to be in the town, man. We take care of you at Mud Shots, man. NFL kickoff karaoke party 2016 going on. Mud Shots, baby. That's where you can find me.
And Boss started his birthday party at Mud Shots on March 11th because obviously the Hawks playing the Grizzlies that night, so I'll be in town. So the birthday party's going down, baby. The big 3-0
And mugshots, baby.
Man, we gonna be everywhere in the city. Do you hear me? Everywhere.
No doubt, folks. Well, folks, from the Boss Report this week, hope you enjoyed it. All my guests this week, Terry McCormick, Bryce Drew, and Robert Eshon, my man Jason Smith. So people, get at us, same bad time, same bad channel. Boss man, we out.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know.